Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hola cola.
I really wanted to say hola cola.
So Tracey wants everyone to know that she actually like says hola cola to everyone.
I do.
Or is trying to.
I think it's so funny. Like I say it and then I'm over here like, ha 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 ha. Like,
she thinks she's so funny. But okay, well, thanks guys for tuning in for episode 7. 7 episodes. Wow. And like, we're still
almost
going.
2 months.
That is
2 months.
That's almost 2 months. Yeah, 7 weeks. Thank you so much for tuning in again, guys. We did want to, thank everyone that has been sharing, the podcast and sharing the episodes and coming to us with different ideas. We have a couple of friends telling us like, oh my God, maybe you guys should talk about this and this and this, and you guys should have more people on.
I love the interaction. I love it.
I love that you guys love what we're doing. Like, that's crazy. Remember to also follow us on Instagram and Facebook. That's mostly where we get our messages from. And we do like little, like, what do you think about this and that? And et cetera, et cetera. So our handles on both are at TJMO Podcast. Literally the only thing that we have, what we always use, and what we share most of the day. We do also have Bordertown Pets, which is a sponsor at Bordertown PS. And we actually have a giveaway going on there for all our pet parents out there, dogs and cats. Most of the prizes are most for dogs, but I mean like bandanas and tumblers and stuff like that. Yeah. You can still get customized and personalized for cats as well, since I am a cat owner.
Oh yeah, where is Stella?
She is locked up in the room. She's locked up in the room because I'm still training one of my dogs to be like okay with her. Yeah. Well, she's not my dog, but she's my dog now.
And she's adopted dog now.
She's my daughter. She's my stepdaughter, and she's never been with cats before. So now she's kind of having to fucking quit her shit and not attack my cat. So we're doing that. But I did want to come out here and just say thank you to all my friends that have shared the giveaway. Yes. We are giving out a lot of stuff, which I think is pretty cool. We're giving out this new thing that's called a barcuterie board, kind of like the whole cheese ones that humans do, like with hams.
Really?
Yes, dude. But that's it's like so cute. It's so cool. It has like strawberries on it and like carrots, and obviously everything is dog friendly, and I think some of the stuff are grain free. But besides that, we have a few dog tags that we're giving out, some waffles, which are like waffles, but they're like, dude, they're so cute. There's some tumblers, some bandanas, and gift cards, actually.
Gift cards.
So you guys can definitely go ahead and check that out. I'm very grateful with all my friends that have been like, I know. And
I love that. So Marlene and I, we don't have the same amount, like we don't have like the same amount of, like mutual friends. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Like,
yeah, we don't have a lot of mutual friends.
We don't, but we do. So whenever she started with the giveaway, like I saw it like everywhere, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so everybody's participating.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I don't think we have a lot of mutual friends besides the friends that we have met together. Like when I'm with you and your friends and whatever, like Nessa and like Mary, shout out.
Yeah. Leonora, Raul. Oh my goodness. I was so awkward. I hate myself. I was literally thinking about that like the entire time. I was like, have I like really not been socializing? So I've met this person a few times already, and I just hadn't seen him in a while, right? So whenever
he's
we're
my
like,
best friend.
Yeah. So whenever we're
homeboy.
After we finished eating, like before this, I was like, okay, bye guys, whatever, right? And then I told him, I was like, bye, nice to meet you. But I was really trying to tell like the person that he was with that. And I just felt so awkward because I had already fucked it up the first time that I met him. I was like, that was the first time I met him. And I was like,
hi, Raul.
Literally, I was like, hi. I said his name. I was like,
and this is the first time they ever met.
Yes. So, and I was like, oh yeah, like this is Raul. Or, no, I said hi. I'm Raul.
Raul. Oh my God.
I said hi, like I'm Raul.
And then he's like, damn, my name is Raul too. What the fuck? What are the odds?
Embarrassing. I hate myself. Like it's so funny. I don't know how to say hi or bye.
I don't like
calling people by their names. It's just like,
What's up, bitch?
Hi.
Hola, cola.
Hola, cola. Literally walked into the restaurant like,
Hola,
hola, cola.
To the waitress, hola, cola. You're so stupid. That's so fucking hilarious because I remember we were at Playmore.
Yes,
we were at Playmore and I was walking in with Raul. And
I think
Lily.
I think
Lily.
Rafa was also there.
I mean, we were gonna meet them there, but the thing is that you were there with like Mary and and you were walking out as we were walking in, and then I was like, oh, that's my friend Tracey, and like they didn't. I mean, Lily knew you because we worked together, but Raul didn't know you.
Had no idea
he
who
was
I
like, oh, that's your friend Tracey, and I was like, yeah, she works with me. I don't know what, but I had already told you about my friend Raul and my friend Rafa because of like all our fucking pedas and shit. And
Yes,
like I'd be like,
I knew them.
God.
I personally knew them without even knowing them.
Tracey was like up to date with all their shit, and like, she has never met them in person.
Never.
And that's when you were like, hi, I'm Raul. So like, just imagine this. You do not know who this bitch is. Like, you just know she's co-workers with one of your homegirls, and she just comes up to you and she just says, hi, my name is your name. Like,
it's so funny.
I remember like him like with his hand out just
like,
staring at you.
So confused. Yeah, like chingos of question marks like in his eyes. Like, what?
He looked to the side to the camera like super confused. Like,
and I never corrected myself. Like I just
well, you were fucking like stupid, not
like,
sober. Like you were
like
drunk,
whatever.
You were like
it's
no.
So funny.
I was fucking oh my god, I had completely forgot about that. That's so true.
That's so funny. And then today,
after this was like maybe 2 years ago. This was literally maybe like you've known Raul for like
a while,
over a year.
Yes,
and then now we all went to go have fucking lunch, and this bitch was like, "Hi, nice to meet you." Like, bitch, what? You've known him forever. That's fucking hilarious. That's fucking hilarious.
I'm literally crying over here because I'm so funny. Like
that's fucking hilarious. But I mean,
that's so stupid. Like what the fuck?
No, but yeah. So shout out to Raul Cantu who fucking tolerates my ass like a motherfucker.
And
always
he supports us.
He always. He's one of our biggest fans, including Julio.
Julio Dominguez.
Julio.
Follow him on Instagram at. I don't know it yet. But it's like JD something. Yeah.
Julio Dominguez. Just look for him.
Julio
posts
Dominguez
and stuff.
He's such a cool dude. And that's all we have.
And he's like our biggest fan.
He is, and we love him. We love him so much.
We very much appreciate your love. So another thing that we wanted to talk about, because we always mention our great friends and we always mention the people that we have that support us and this and that. But a really big thing that I guess we both kind of have been going through because of growing at the end of the day, just, being a new person, is those friends that at a moment meant so much to you that they're not necessarily in your life anymore.
I have like a few of those.
Yeah, it happened to me. When was this? Like last year, I think. So I have this friend that I stopped talking to her. Like we were like super close. We were super close. This when I just barely moved to San Antonio, and we were super close. She was always going up. I was always coming down. She has a little girl. I love her, and we got to a point where I didn't feel the love back. And I say I didn't feel it because this is my point of view. Obviously, there's two sides to every story.
Of course.
And in this situation, I just didn't feel like she was very like valuing what I'm giving out in a friendship.
Yeah.
And I mean, not to suck my own dick, but I'm a fucking like really good friend. Like I always try to make sure like everyone's cool, everyone's like communicating, et cetera, et cetera. And I just love hanging out with my friends all the time. Like my friends are like literally my family. And that's how I consider this girl. And we kind of had like a little breakup, you could say, because, I opened up and this is when COVID started and she wasn't being COVID safe. Yeah. And that was freaking me the fuck out because she has a little girl and like, these were darker times. Yeah. And I just didn't feel like me being friends with her was benefiting either of us in any type of way. Yeah. So I was honest about it and I told her like, you know what, like, and it was literally just like that. Like, I just don't feel like I want to be your friend anymore. Like literally just like that. And I mean, bitch move on my side, but at the same time, like, I just don't feel like you should continue a friendship or a relationship with a family member if you do not feel comfortable. If you do not feel comfortable, if you do not feel like they're bringing anything into your life and you're not, bringing anything into theirs. So
because you outgrow people. You outgrow people. And not only that, but like the energy. Like they're draining you like without you like even like knowing, like you're like you get mentally like exhausted.
Yep. And honestly, like she wasn't even like a bad person. Like she was an amazing person. It was just we were off. Like I didn't want the same things. I didn't want to be partying all the time, and she really did. And I was trying to be in a relationship, and I mean we were out here partying all the time, and like meeting guys, and we were just off. Like the energy was not there. I just didn't want to be in that friendship anymore. So we broke up for like a year. Like almost a year.
Yeah, almost a year.
We stopped talking to each other. I think it was in like February 2020. And then I started talking to her again, I think till like October or November. So a little bit less than a year.
Yeah, like half a year. More
but we like literally stopped talking to each other. Like I knew nothing about her life. We still had friends in common. So I knew she was okay. But like we weren't communicating in any type of way. And it wasn't until she had this problem that she went to San Antonio and she didn't have anyone to like give her support, like emotional support. And one of our common friends texted me and was like, hey, just so you know, like this girl is in San Antonio and like she's alone and she's really having a hard time. So I was like, I just feel like it was not necessarily my responsibility, but I just wanted to be there for her, even though we weren't on the same time anymore. We weren't hanging out. We weren't like really close. Yeah,
because at some time she meant so much to you.
She did. And I mean, to this point, she really still does, because we kind of reconnected there. I went over, we were talking, we went to dinner, and honestly, it was like nothing ever happened. But we did have the conversation where she was like, I really missed you. And I was like, I really missed you too. Like I really did. It's just, we needed that break to understand, like, you know what? I do want to be your friend again. And she told me, she was like, I fucked up. And I know like we were maybe not, like you didn't say it correctly. I didn't say it correctly. Like we were a little bit off there, but like, I do really want to work on this friendship, because I noticed that I want to be friends with you. So yeah, I think it's a really big thing now that, we're adulting, that friends break up too, which is the name of this episode.
Yes. And friends do break up. Like, Josh, what's your opinion on that?
I don't have friends. Nah, playing. Yeah,
okay.
I agree.
Okay, period.
Bye, guys.
Tracey, you were saying.
Thank you for tuning in. No, I agree. I mean, I've gone through similar experiences, and even not so much like completely breaking off friendships, although like a really good friend of mine from high school has just like since disappeared for a while. Like I have no idea where he is or anything. And that wasn't necessarily like a breakup per se, but he just kind of faded away from existence. And I've heard here and there from like the grapevine stuff that I hope is not true, but I literally don't know where he is or anything. And in other cases, my best friends, they don't live here. They live in Austin and in San Antonio. One of them actually recently moved back, so for a while. But we have a group chat and stuff, but even then, like we don't, as of late, we've all been doing different stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm now a dad. One of my other homies is also a dad, so he's like very much occupied with doing that and with work. One of my other homies that lives in Austin, he recently got into a relationship, and I'm not sure if he's engaged or not because he keeps fucking around or calling his girlfriend wife or whatever. And I don't know, but like
his name is Josh.
Yeah, Mr.
His name is Josh.
On Instagram's post like by wifey.
Okay.
Yeah,
you know, he's complaining and he's the exact same thing.
No. But I mean, you know, like it's not like we're broken up, but everyone has been occupied with living their life or what have you. But it's just like a distance thing, you know. And one of my other very good friends from middle school, he actually was the co-host with me for Aliens on the Border when I just started. My friend Picasso. After he stopped co-hosting the show with me, he disappeared. But he was married at the time. He has like 3 kids and everything. And we really didn't like talk at all for years. Like I just knew that he was doing well, you know, like every now and then.
Which is what you hope at the end of the day. You hope that they're all doing, you know, well. Yeah.
And every now and then, like you would send me a message or something, but like there was never, I'm trying to think of like a friendship that it was like actually like oh, you know what? Yeah, they're in a similar sense with your story with your friend Marlene. There was this one person that I knew that till this day, like I still follow this dude on Snapchat and stuff just because like whatever. And even throughout COVID or anything, this dude has just been like straight up partying nonstop. You look at his snap and it's like 2:00 in the afternoon on a Monday or Wednesday, whatever, and they're just like out drinking or like partying, and I'm like, what the fuck?
With tons of people.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what's going on? But I had met him through mutual friends, and we were all kind of close for a bit. We were like a close group of friends, and then they just took a route where I was like, I can't be fucking around like that anymore.
Yeah.
And it involved like a lot of like drug use and all this other shit. So I was just like, I'm distancing myself from that.
Mm-hmm. But like for your own good, like to benefit yourself.
Exactly.
And go ahead. Sorry.
Oh yeah. So I agree. Like sometimes, you know, friendships, they run their course, and maybe I don't even know what like a solid definition of a friendship would be. You know what I mean? Like what does it mean to y'all?
So like, okay, I have so this was like my best friend. This was my best friend while I was pregnant. Like, so I met her like before I got pregnant, and then I was pregnant, and we became like best friends. Like we were the bestest friends. Like she was like, we used to love saying like, oh yeah, like she's my baby daddy. Cause like we used to like work together. So we used to go to lunch together. Like we were always together, and she was there for me like when I needed her like the most. And it sucked that like she was such a good friend. Like we were best friends. We were soulmates. Like she was perfect, and like everything was perfect. But then like she just started hanging out with like the wrong crowd, and like she started doing like, you know, like heavy drugs and stuff like that. And I just couldn't because at that time, like I was like a new mom, like, you know, so it was different. Like I was in a completely different like mindset. Like my whole life was different, like everything. So I had to like cut her off, and it sucked. Like it sucked because like, but I never took her off of like social media. Like I always had her there. So like I would kind of see like, you know, like, okay, so she's doing well. But then like if she ever needed me, like if she ever like really needed me, like I was always there, but I was not like there like I used to be like 24/7. Sorry guys. And then like, but now
talking about COVID.
Yeah, no, talking about smoking. Don't smoke. No, so okay, so we like fast forward. Like, so we broke up for like a good like 3 fucking years. And now we're like friends again, but if I go hang out with her, like it's like nothing ever happened. Like, you know, I talk to her like every now and then, like we know we're good, but it's just not the same. And I don't think like it'll ever be the same. Like we outgrew each other, even though like, even then that like, fuck guys.
Concentrate.
Sorry. So, the fact that like we like broke up and we were like best friends, and we were honestly like the perfect friends. Like I've never laughed so hard with someone like the way that I would laugh with her like every single day. And we have so many memories, but as much as like I miss that, there's no way that like we can ever be best friends again. Like it's never gonna work out. But I love her, and I guess like as long as she's like I don't know, I guess as long as like she's around and I know that she's okay, like I'm good. But I don't think we'll ever be able to like be best friends. And we're okay with that. Like it's okay.
But I think like that has to do with like the different stages in life too. Like you were in a stage where you were single, like you didn't have a kid, like you didn't have responsibilities, you didn't have like all of these different things that now you just kind of have to do, you know? Like I would and this is so crazy because me and my friend Leonora were actually talking about this like last night. Like we wanted to go out and we're like, fuck yeah, like let's go out, I don't know what. And then like 30 minutes later I was like, damn, like my leg kind of hurts. And she's like, dude, I've been working out all weekend. Like I'll be working out all week. Like I kind of don't want to go out anymore. And I was like, yeah, no, me too. You want to go like for lunch next week? And she's like, yeah, let's do lunch. Like, dude, like I was like, honestly, like day drinking is my thing now. Like I still like drinking and having fun and seeing my friends, but I'm just not in that I want to party all night, all the time, every day type of stage. I have absolutely no problem with it, but you know, now I'm running Border Town Pets, and now I'm doing this, and now I'm taking care of the dogs, and now I want to redecorate the apartment, and I want to go see my mom, and I want to, you know, like it's just I have different priorities right now, and I'm not saying I'm not gonna go back to partying all the time. who fucking knows? Maybe when I'm fucking rich and famous at 35, like I'm going to be fucking partying all day with Snoop Dogg. Like who fucking knows?
OMG. I'm going to be there.
Period. But we just outgrew each other, you know? Like it gets to that point. I have friends in Monterrey that they have been my friends since like 3rd grade of elementary school. They're like my longest friendships ever. Yeah. It's like 10 plus years, 15 years. Like I feel so old. But these girls, like I have, oh my God, like every single time I would see them, we would cry of like how fucking funny we are. Like, and it's just because we're fucking stupid, but also I didn't have a job. I was just going to school. This is in like, what do you want? Middle school, high school. Like we literally had absolutely nothing to do but hang out with each other all day and like go to the movies and like gossip about boys. And like, it was just a different stage in life. And now we all have like our different businesses. Like one of them has a restaurant and the other one works in like pastries. And then like I was moved over here like to the United States and I have like the whole dog thing. And honestly, I haven't been able to go visit as much as I wanted to, but they know that if it ever comes down to it where they need somewhere to stay or that they need some type of help or like anything at all, like they'll just hit me up and it's like nothing ever happened. Like, and I haven't seen them in like maybe 2 years. Like it's been a long ass time. But whenever we see each other, it's like like nothing ever happened. Like we're super cool still. We just have different shit to do. Yeah. So
we have different lives now.
Yeah. I just feel like there's different types to breaking up with a friend. Like I also feel like a lot of people, or at least when I was in high school or a little bit younger, I just felt the obligation of being friends with this person because this person was so cool. Or because this person like
it was like the popular kid in school.
It was like fuck yeah, like I want to be friends with this. But it's one-sided. It's a one-sided friendship. Like I was constantly like, let's hang out, let's do blah blah blah, and then the other way around, like it wasn't like that. Like this person was kind of like, if we see each other, if we don't see each other, and you're like, whatever. And I mean, guys, remember that a friendship is equally as important as a relationship. Yep. Like you just can't have chingos of fucking friends everywhere. Like you can have acquaintances, you can know people, you can be cool with tons of people, but a friendship, well, at least the way I see it, is a commitment. Like it goes both ways. Like I have to communicate with you, you communicate with me. I say whenever you're doing something that fucking bothers me and you tell me. Like it's the same thing. It's equally as important as a relationship because I personally care equally as much. I mean, obviously like in my relationship, well, it's like different because you want to live with this person and be with this person. But as friends, like I obviously want you to be okay. I want you to be healthy. I want you to be like, you know, mentally stable. And like, if I can help with anything, I'll help. But I just put so much time into my friendships that I like to believe that person, my other friend, would give back to me at the same time, you know?
Yeah. You know what? Another thing is, so we're not talking, we kept talking about like breakups and stuff. So one of my really, really, really close friends, I mean, he's always been like one of my really close friends, like always. And this is like one of my Virgo friends. So
of course it's a Virgo.
Yes. And it was I hated that. Like it honestly felt like a fucking breakup. Like it felt like a breakup. Like it made me cry. Like I felt so sad. Like
heartbroken.
Yes. And it was like, you know, like he's like, well, and that's literally what he said. He's like, a friendship is like, he's like, you know, like we both have to be like giving like 50-50. He's like, and like in a friendship, like you can't just be taking like the entire time. And he's like
draining the other person.
Yeah. And he's like sometimes like you tell me certain things, he's like, and like just to not show you like, you know, my true feelings about it or whatever, like I say like hurtful things. And he's like, and you shouldn't like have a friend like that. And he was like, you know, like you've been doing good and this and that. And he's like, I just can't, like, we just can't be friends anymore. And I was like, oh my goodness. Like, it was so sad. And it like, so I thought that like I thought that we were just like, I don't know. I thought we were just like in a little breakup, like, you know, like we were
gonna take time apart.
We were gonna take time apart because like I like was being a mamona and shit. But no, like it was like, he was like, he just came back to like give me like the closure and to explain to me like what exactly like was going on or whatever. And whenever like we were talking about it, I was like, oh my goodness, like I didn't think that we were like never gonna talk, you know. And he was like, he's like, I just want you to know that like he's like, he told me like, I don't want to be your friend anymore, but just know that like, he was like, but I'm not gonna make that call. He's like, I'm not going to make that call. Like, just know that, like, he's like, if you want to be friends, like, that's fine. He's like, but, like, know, like, how I really feel. Like, and I was like, he's like,
so I don't want to be your friend, but if you still want to be my friend, fine.
That's fine. But just know that, like, I really
don't want to be
I
your
really
friend.
think that we
But
should not be friends. Like,
if
you know,
you want to be my friend.
Yes. And I was like it was him like still being nice, like still being like, you know what, come on.
Some people don't want to be the bad person.
Yeah, like it was kind of like that, like, you know, like I'm not gonna be the one to like not like I'm not gonna be the one to let go, but just know that like we should like break up, you know, but I'm not going to be the one to do it.
But it's not my fault.
Yeah, but
like,
if
it's your call.
But if you call me, like I will answer and like we'll be friends, but just know that like
I won't call you.
That's not, yeah, like I'm not going to call you.
Sometimes it happens. I used to know a person like that. I used to know a person that in public and like with other people, like she would always be like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. And yes, I'm super cool and la la. And like, and her voice would even change. Like it would be like, oh yes, of course. And this and that. But I had known her for like a long time and we were, you know, on another level of friendship where like, I don't need you to be fake with me and I don't need you to like always be pretty with me. Like I want the raw, like, I fucking hate your guts if you do this type of shit. Like, yeah, I want our friendship to be like real. I don't want to be just like, oh, hi girly, how are you? Oh my God, yes, I miss you so much. Like, no, like I want to be like
an acquaintance.
Yeah, like my friends are my friends and I expect my friends to tell me when I'm being wrong and be truthful with me and this and that. And this girl never wanted to be the bad person. Like she never wanted to be the bad person. Like it would be like, oh yeah, of course you can be here. I don't know what, blah, blah. Let's all go hang out. And then like come to me and she'd be like, dude, honestly, I don't want to go. Like, can you just tell them that like I got busy? Allah, fucking tell them. Yeah. Like, why do I have, like, and that's the thing. I do not like being mean. I don't like being a mean person, but yeah. I will be an honest person. And sometimes honesty is not, you know, the easiest thing to say. Mm-hmm. And it's taken me a while. I used to be that person that just wanted to have everyone around her happy, like everyone. And it wasn't until a couple of years ago, probably when I moved alone to San Antonio, where I understood that I kind of have to take care of myself too. And if I don't, you know, stand up for myself, people will go ahead and step all over you. And if you don't want to be friends with a person, or if that person doesn't want to be friends with you, don't entertain it. Like you don't have to be friends with that person. Like nothing will happen to you, or well, a lot of things can happen to you, but you will overcome it. Like you literally do not need anyone else in this life to do your own thing. It's easier when you know a lot of people and when you can network and all of this, which is why I'm not saying go be rude with everyone and be like, oh, I don't need your fucking friendship. Like, yeah, no, but you do not need to feel obligated to be friends with someone. Yep. Like just out of, it's because she knows a lot of people. It's because blah, blah, blah. Like,
it's honestly, like, so
fuck that person. You can fucking know a lot of people too, dude. You can know so many people too. And it's just, I feel like if it is bringing in more negative energy than positive energy, just don't be afraid of the change. Yeah. Like don't be afraid of the change. And I know it's fucking hard sometimes. And I know it takes a lot of courage and for you to really be brave, and that losing a friend can be fucking painful. Like it really can. Sometimes it even hurts more than just meeting a guy that doesn't want to be with you anymore, because you cultivate these friendships for like the longest time and you literally like put so much time and effort and everything into friendships. But at the same time, if it's not if you're not benefiting from it in any type of way, either emotional support or because you go run with this person or because you love the way they think and you're feeding off of like all their knowledge, and you have to benefit in some type of way. If this person makes you feel loved, if this person makes you feel like, you know, they encourage you and they just benefiting from from a friendship does not necessarily mean that you're constantly taking. Like it doesn't have to mean
it has to be a mutual thing.
It's a mutual benefit. Like let's put it, for example, Tracey and I's friendship. We've been friends for a decent amount of time. Not necessarily like years and years and years, but I feel like I learned so much from Tracey, and I feel like it goes both ways. And
I learned so much from Marlene.
That's because I'm so smart. Oh my God. But then at the same time, we're fucking stupid together. We just get along. Like sometimes you just meet people that you just get along with, and sometimes you meet people that you fucking cannot get along with, like no matter how much you try. And not too long ago, this was like maybe like last week, we got into a little shit. Like we got into a little shit because we broke up for like 5 minutes. We broke up for like an hour, and then I had some cheese man. I had to talk to her again. But it's just the honesty behind it. Like it was just like, you know what, Marlene, I didn't like that you did this and this and this, and we have a fucking podcast together. Like even though if we don't want to be friends anymore, like we kind of still have to see each other. We like,
still do.
But the reason why this works so much, and the reason why so many people have come up to us and been like, I love y'all's chemistry, is mostly because I love being Tracey's friend, and I love Tracey being happy as my friend. Like I just hate people that you go to and they're just all like mad. They're all like complaining about
like
shit.
I can be mad. Like I'll be mad like while I walk in. Like I walk in the door and I'm like blah blah blah, this happened and like this and that and blah blah blah. And then like we talk about my problem, and then we're like, okay, yeah, whatever. Like it doesn't even matter anymore. And then we start like chismeando, and like we're just like, you know, like having fun, and it's so natural.
And smoking.
Yes, and it's so natural. Like I feel like you don't. It doesn't feel like a chore. Like it just runs like smooth. It flows like smoothly.
And some people do drain you. I mean, there's some situations, and I know a lot of people are probably going to be like, not gonna be zodiac signs, I don't know what, but it's not even about that. It's about if you feel like you are compatible with someone. You cannot be friends with everyone. And this is something that my mom always told me, because I always wanted to be that girl. I always wanted to be like, I have all these friends and I'm gonna collect all of them. And I got to a point where I meet people, and I'm always so fucking down to meet people. I'm a people person at the end of the day. Here. I'm a super people person, and I love meeting everyone, and I love, you know, being able to help and just like in any type of way make your life easier. But at the same time, I don't force absolutely anything. Like, I will be your friend, and I will let you know I want to be your friend, and I will be here and like, you know, tell you my feelings and tell you how I feel about certain situations and this and that. And if you decide that, you know, you just don't fuck with me anymore, I have absolutely the same amount of respect for you than if we were still friends.
Yeah.
Like, I hate being that bitch that's like, oh, fuck that bitch, I don't know what. Like, no. Like, I still want you to be completely fine. I still wish you the best. And if you ever fucking need anything from me, I'm here if I can help you. If I can't help you, I may not go out of my way for you anymore. But if I can help you, I'm always fucking down to help you. Always.
I agree. I feel the same way, darling.
And I feel like that's a lot of shit that some people just kind of don't fuck with. Like,
no, it's because there's people that I think that at the end of the day, like it goes back to like not wanting to like hurt. Okay, guys, if you guys really don't want to be like in a friendship, all you have to do is whenever they invite you out, just like make up an excuse and get super busy. Like just be super busy for about a week, maybe 2. And then after that, they're going to stop hitting you up. And then all they're going to say is like, no, it was like, you were always busy. Like, you're always busy doing shit. And that's perfectly fine. And then that's it. It just stops from there. That's how I stop. That's how I stop my friendships.
That's like the worst advice in the world.
Or like the one with.
Or just be honest about it.
Yeah. Okay. Like, or like with, I'm not going to say her name, but I know you know who you are. No, she doesn't listen to our podcast because she says that she knows exactly what's going on in my life that she should not. And I'm like, Mary Agüero, Like she should, like, no, and like whatever, right? So like there was like we were roommates, and we were just like, you know, kind of, we weren't feeling it for a little bit, and I was like, hey guys, like I'm just gonna like, I'm gonna
get busy.
No, I was like,
don't invite me anywhere.
I was like, this is like just like draining me. I was like, it's draining me, and I just feel like there's like a lot of negativity, and I just like cannot be your friend like for a little bit. And it wasn't like, all I did was like, I just told them I just needed to like, I needed my space for like a little bit. And Mary was like super understandable. She's like, okay, fine. And
fuck
like,
you,
and then it ended up like, what ended up happening was that I went through like something like really bad. Like my mom got COVID, and like my sister got COVID. So I was like, oh my God, like this is the worst time to break up with my friends. Like
with my roommate.
Yes. And then so like Mary was like, hey, like I know you said you wanted to be alone, but like right now you shouldn't be alone. Like whatever. And like we worked it out. Like we talked about it. Like we were broken up for like a week and a half, but I had to be honest about it. Like I had to tell her like, hey, you know what? Like I just think that like it's too negative right now. And that was like the moment where I was realizing like positivity
things.
Yes. I was
Kylie
like
Jenner.
Positivity and all this shit. So I had told her, and I was like, hey, like, and you know, with like when I'm like my little vibe that I'm in right now, like I'm in a higher frequency and I just can't have this, and blah, 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 blah.
Bringing me down, man.
Yeah.
You're just bringing me down.
She was. I hit my tooth.
She hit her tooth on the mic.
And I'm not wearing my dentures right now.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding. My retainers. Sorry. Okay. So I used to wear braces when I was in middle school, and they removed them. I want to say it was 8th grade. So then I never wore my retainers. So my teeth started shifting, and like just recently when COVID started, I was like, well, we're going to be like at home all day, so it doesn't matter. Like,
get dentures.
No one's going to see my retainers, right? But now, like, cagando el palo, every time I take them off, I'm like, hold on, guys, let me take off my dentures. And I keep saying that. Like, I keep saying dentures.
And the funniest thing is that we call her the grandma of the group. Like, we're always fucking finding excuses to call her grandma. Like, se pone pechito. She's like, literally like, so funny. Oh, my dentures, guys. And she does.
Take them off, put them back on.
That shit's disgusting. She even puts them in like a glass of water.
I do not. She's fucking lying.
And she carries it around everywhere.
They're disposable. Like after a week, yeah, you're good. But
that shit's hilarious.
So yeah, bottom line,
don't be afraid to change. Yeah. Do not feel like you owe anyone absolutely anything. I feel like a lot of, well, at least personally, because I've been going through this journey recently. Mm-hmm. I just recently finished a friendship with someone that I genuinely thought was going to be like forever. And I'm not saying this, like our little break is going to be forever, because I just really hope it's not. But at the same time, if she needs her space, you know, to deal with whatever she's going through, because obviously she's going through a lot of shit, I understand it. But then also I was like doing a lot for our friendship, and she was not. Yeah. Like she was constantly pushing me away, and she told me this. She was like, I know I'm constantly pushing you away, and I know you do so much for our friendship. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, we talked about it, but then at the same time, nothing really changed. And, you know, I came up with some problems of my own, and like, I really wanted to talk to her about it, and she just took it the wrong way, and it just got ugly. And I mean, she literally like deleted me off of every single social media. And I respect her decision. Like, I respect her decision. I do not agree with it. I don't feel like we had to get to that point.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this conversation had been going on for like months now.
Yeah.
Like, I was constantly the person asking her to communicate with me. I was constantly like, oh yeah, like, I know, you know, you may be going through shit. And I was personally always coming up with excuses for her. Like, she wouldn't even tell me anything. Like, she would just be like, well, it's because I think blah, 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 blah. Like, it was always, you know, how she felt. And it was never necessarily, what can I do to fix this? Yeah. Like,
well, I'm sorry you're feeling that way, Marlene. Like,
let's fix it.
Let's fix it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, no, it was always like, it's because you know, you do this and you do that and I was like, damn girl, like, if I don't ask you what's going on, if I don't ask you for us to fix this, like, You literally will not talk to me until you build all of this crap up. And then that's when, boom, it's an explosion. So honestly, I ended up getting to like a part, like a feeling, like a stage of myself where I was like constantly just like kind of walking on eggshells with this girl. Like I just, didn't want to say too much of this because I didn't want to piss her off, and I didn't want her to think that I didn't want to be her friend, and I didn't want to, be honest with her because, then I was going to be the bad person, and I really don't want to be the bad person. Like I just genuinely felt this way. And I just got to a point where I was like, you know what? I love how I'm constantly thinking about what she's going to think of me, but she doesn't fucking give a shit about what I am feeling or what I'm going to feel like because of the shit she's doing. So I was like, you know what? That's it. Like, that's it. She blocked me. She literally was just like, I'm not having this conversation anymore. Like, that's it. That's how our relationship or our interaction in a way finished. Like, she was just like, I do not want to have this conversation anymore. That's not a decision for me. Like what we were talking about. And I was like, so this was about me and like me having a career change, but okay, it's about you now, and you blocked me off of everywhere. So I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to chase her anymore, because I was constantly chasing her. Yeah. I was constantly like, no, it's because let's do this. No, it's because please, it's because we could have done this. It's because if you communicate with me, if you just tell me this, and I know you're going, like, no, like I was wanting to fix her all the time. And that's a big mistake of mine. I always want to fix people. Yeah. Always. And because of the amazing friends that I do still have, I was, able to overcome it. And I was able to understand that everything is not my fault. I have some fault in it because, it takes two. But at the same time, it's not completely my fault. And if someone doesn't want to be my friend, I cannot make them be my friend. I cannot be like, no, it's because look, we can be so good together.
Then for what? Like, it's just going to be a forced friendship, just like a forced relationship. Like, it's literally the same thing.
Exactly. So our recommendation for you guys is go with the flow, and do not like obligate anything to happen. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, you guys are better without it.
Honestly. And just do it. Like, do it. If it's like a negative, like friendship, you're going to cut it off, and then you're going to gain like 3 like positive friends. Like, it just always happens. And not even that. Like remember, I feel like it's not about the quantity. It's about the quality. Yeah. Like, if you have 3 negative friends that are constantly draining you, and honestly, it comes now down to like taking your money and like doing this. And I personally hate fighting about money. I hate fighting about money with friends. Like, it's so fucking stupid to me. Like, honestly, whenever money leaves my pockets because I'm lending you money, or because I paid for your dinner, I paid for your lunch, or I paid for your drinks, or I let you stay at my apartment, or I do not expect anything in return besides like respect. Like, just don't fucking destroy my apartment. Yeah. But, out of that, like, I'm not going to be like, yo, Tracey, remember when I fucking let you stay at my apartment for 2 nights? What the fuck? Like, no, like, why? Like, do it out of the kindness of your heart. And if you don't want to do it, if you don't feel obligated to do it, or if you know you're going to do it and like bring it back, and no, just don't do it. Don't do it. Be that bitch and just don't do it, instead of getting into a point where you're fighting with people over fucking money. That shit's fucking ridiculous. I agree.
At the end of the day, I think we're gonna go ahead and cut off this podcast here, because we were supposed to make it pretty short, but
we love talking.
We just cannot fucking shut up ever. But honestly, this is your sign. If you have been going through a friendship that you feel like is not going both ways, this is your sign. This is your sign to just drop them. Just act busy. Just be like, bitch.
Yes. I mean, or just tell them, like, you can do, look, I gave y'all 2 advice. Like, you can either be straight up and be like, hey, you know what? Like, you're too negative. Like, I just need to, like, I need some time for myself, blah, 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 blah. Or you can just
be a coward and be like, I'm busy.
Be like, I'm too busy. And then after a while, they're going to be like, well, you were always too busy. We'll be like, well, you know what? I just didn't want to hang out with you.
Well, y'all got played because I didn't want to hang out with you.
I was not play busy. The fucking game.
Honestly, we're in 2021, guys. Like, we have no room for negativity anymore. Mm-mm. So we're all fucking growing from here. And if the people with you, cannot appreciate your growth and cannot appreciate where you're getting to, you just don't need that type of energy. And it goes for everyone. It goes for friends, it goes for relationships, and it goes for fucking family members.
Yeah. I agree. Don't ever forget about my grandma. I love my grandma.
Fucking stupid. Well, thank you guys for tuning in again. Now Tracy's gonna say bye, cola.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be I don't say that. I think that sounds weird. I just like hola cola.
Hola, cola. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Again, remember to follow us on social media at TJMO Podcast. Go fucking check our giveaway that's gonna be live all of next week on Bordertown Pets. That's at Bordertown PS. And if you guys are actually located in Laredo, feel free to fucking message me to take care of your dog, because I'm fucking down to do it.
And you get to meet Marlene in person.
And you got to get, woo, and hear this voice in person. You're going to be like, oh my God, that's not what I pictured you to be.
That's not what you sounded like online.
You guys enjoy the rest of your week, and just don't fucking let negative people ruin your vibe, dude. Like,
yeah, don't.
Bitch, just don't kill my vibe.
Yeah, bitch, just don't kill my vibe. And then just remember, like, bitch, I'm a big gangster.
Okay, guys. Well, the real thing that you should remember is that this is just my opinion. Okay, so don't take it too seriously.
Yes, Marlene finally got it right.
I've been saying that's just our opinion for the past 7 episodes, but we can say it together now. Yes. Guys, just remember
that's just my opinion.
I was gonna say this is just my opinion. Just fucking cut the shit off already.
Bye, guys.
Just bye.